Cookie here from HubSpot again. I wanted to record this video because I've seen this request for many people that is requesting to automatically close a chat conversation by time. So as many people has been trying to do it, and like they haven't been able to properly close the conversation. I wanted to show you my workaround. Um, and this consists of two different things. So I will walk you through how to do this, and I'm going to explain a little bit further during my explanation as well. So first of all, this wasn't possible with the conversations. But again, because we're migrating, well, not migrating, but we have now the help desk, I would recommend using the help desk for this. Why? Because the help desk creates a ticket every time that there is a conversation or a live chat or a AI chatbot or a chat flow, etc. So you would be able to do this with a ticket. Now, the main thing of this is once you close a ticket, the conversation is closed as well. So this is pretty nice. Good news for everybody. So that's the first step. Um, and that would work perfectly in this scenario when someone wants to close the conversation after one day. Perfect. Not a problem at all. But in my scenario, I also created a calculation property, and I will show you later why. Um, so this is my calculation property, but before I jump into that, I'm going to show you my workflow. So in my scenario, I want to close the conversation and the ticket after a live chat is unresponsive for more than 5 minutes. So in this case, I'm checking the last message from the visitor is equal to false. That means that the visitor is not the latest person that reply. So that's going to be my re-enrollment. That means if I reply, I'm the agent, I reply to the visitor, now the person can get re-enrolled. And then I added something else to just narrow a little bit more, checking the pipeline, and that the status of the ticket is obviously not closed, right? So this would work perfectly in this case to enroll the ticket. Now, what I want to do is a delay for 2 minutes. In my scenario is after 2 minutes. I was testing with 1 minute, and I will show you what happened later. So the delay is 2 minutes. And then what I want to do is I want to check is the last message received date before the property last response date. If so, then I'm going to close the ticket. And if it's not, and here's my workaround. I'm going to check if the property that I created, which is a calculation property, recent response is 1 second higher than the last message received is equal to true. Then I will close the ticket. Otherwise, I won't close it. So one big thing before I move from this workflow is the enrollment and suppression is that the last message from the visitor is equal to true. Why? Because if I'm waiting here and in that at that moment the visitor send me another message, this is gonna change to true. So I want to remove the contact from this waiting time, and that's why I added this suppression. So whenever this changes to true again, so the visitor send me the last message, I'm gonna unenroll the ticket from the workflow, and then again when I send the message, this is gonna go to false again, and the ticket is gonna get re-enrolled and it's gonna go through the 2 minutes again, and that's fine. And that's a measure that I want to take so I don't close the conversation um, just because in between these 2 minutes there was a couple of messages between me and the visitor, and then still after those 2 minutes um, I send the last message even though it wasn't 2 minutes without interaction, and then the ticket's going to be closed automatically. So this is taking like a bulletproof or something like that when you want to use this last message from visitor is equal to true on enrollment and suppression from the workflow. Perfect. So you might think that's perfect. Now, why I added this one if this one is working properly? Because of my last test, when I checked um, one of the chat flows, live chat or chat with the AI chatbot. And what's happened is it seems that this workflow only checks the minute. So if I look at this is going to be exactly the same. So what's happened here is it didn't go through this and it went through my non-met, which before was don't do anything. Now I added this one to make it even better. And because this is the same for the workflow and it's saying this the last response date is not actually bigger than this one. It's not bigger, let's say, because it was a couple of seconds actually in between. I had to create this property, and what this property does is it's gonna check if the time between the last response date and the last message received date is bigger than 1 second, then it's going to be true. Otherwise, it's going to be false. So after I created this, I can see that this is true. So that's when I'm adding this because this hasn't changed. But then if I leave it like that, this is going to go through the non-mets. If I didn't have this if then branch, the ticket's just going to stay the same. And who knows for how long it's going to be open. But if I add this, now it's going to check, okay, nothing have changed in between. The ticket didn't get on enroll from here because I have this. If the ticket got on enroll, then it would start again. So I have another chance to close the ticket automatically. But with this, I'm gonna check if my property is true or false, and if it's true, then I'm still gonna close the ticket. So hopefully you're gonna be able to implement this. It's actually not that hard. It was really hard when I was building it, but now that you have the template, it's not gonna be that hard for you. So take a big look at this. Again, what I'm using this is last message visitor is equal to false. I'm adding other things to just narrow my trigger. The delay could be 2, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 hour, whatever you want to put in your case. Then the if then branch that I'm checking is last message received is before property last response date, and last message from visitor is equal to true. In that case, I'm going to close the ticket straight away. Otherwise, this is my property, the one that I created, and here you have the template. This is a calculation, custom equation. I'm not using the time in between because I couldn't use last response date. I think it didn't allow me to use that property. I can't remember why, but this is what I'm adding, using instead calculation, custom equation, and let me see, anything else that you can copy from here? No, I'm just using a Boolean, and then I'm using that. That's in milliseconds, so it's 1 second. You can add more if you want. And I think that's it.